The Truth Report with your host, Peter McIndoe. This week's guest, Wes Watson. And introducing your co-host, Gil Gex.
All right, welcome back to the Truth Report episode 2. I want to apologize to everybody for the episode last week. That wasn't worth any of our time, quite frankly, and I promise you we'll never have an episode like that again. We brought in Taylor Lorenz, the journalist who's been smearing our name, to speak with us and have a bit of a confrontation. And while she did end up apologizing, it does not heal the wounds that she planted so deeply in our movement. But it does open up a pathway forward for us, I think. A pathway into a life of truth, a world of light, a life where truthers don't get libeled and slandered in the streets or in the papers. And that's the kind of world I want my children to grow up in. If I do have kids one day. I don't know. Okay, now that all that's out of the way, I'm actually very excited about this next part of the show, where we'll be introducing our co-host, who will be with us every single episode. So without any further ado, for the first time in Truth Report history, in the year 1 AT, introducing our co-host, Gil Gex.
Thank you all very much.
Now, Gil is one of my closest friends on earth. Gil, we met recently, and he just really gets it. He's an ally of the movement. He's a truther, and how about you just tell him about yourself? How do you want people to look at you? Who are you? Tell people about you.
Well, to be honest with you, it's none of their damn business. I'm sorry, I'm cool. I'm not bipolar.
Gil's a joker. He jokes around.
I'm a wise guy. I just love the universal language of music, and that's mainly part of me. That's what I live for, and I drink for, and that's fine with me. Take off. Take care.
All right. All right. Well, we're very happy to have Gil with us today, and we have a lot to get into. All right. Thanks, Gil. We've got a very special show planned for you today. We're going to be getting into some top breaking news that they're hiding from you. Gil and I are going to be doing some analysis, and we have a very special theme for the episode today, which is self-improvement. This goes not talked about enough in our truther circles, but it is so imperative that we as Americans and as truthers keep our bodies in top physical condition, keep our mental sharpness in its peak state. We are ourselves a billboard for our ideas. Okay, we're going around trying to convince people of the truth. It's important that we look the truth as well. Okay, we don't belong in the gutters of this country anymore. If we want to be on top on the glistening streets, it's important that we look the part too. And this brings me to our guest today, Mr. Wes Watson. Now this man is one of my personal heroes. He is an ex-prison man. He was in a dungeon for many years, turned most inspiring man on earth. He's one of my personal heroes, and it could not be more of an honor to have him in the building today. So real quick, let's meet Wes.
Wes Watson! I'm that motherfucker. That's why I look like this. You check my paperwork. I did the fucking 10 years. I did the fucking assault. And my mom told me, hey Wes, hey son, hey motherfucker, don't you realize you've proven you can hurt people? Can you prove you can't? I took that as a challenge because I'm not a bitch.
Well, that was Wes. But before he teaches us about self-improvement, let's get into the news.
All right, top story of the week. Joseph Biden has been pooped on by a bird drone. A lot of you have sent this video into us in the past week. We have some answers for you, but first, let's watch the video together right now.
And that's not hyperbole. It's about being made in America. A lot of that has to do with this industry.
So a lot of you have asked us why this happened, and frankly, this is a question we've been asking ourselves too here at the movement. Why would a drone poop on one of its own? This one it was sworn to protect over anyone, the President of the United States. Well, we've done some research on this in the past week, and we have some answers for you. So to figure that out, let's connect some brain cells. All right, let's really use our brains here for a second, guys. Bird truthers know that bird poop has been proven to be a liquid tracking device used by the government to track civilians. How do they think they track your car? Bird poop, according to statistics, falls on cars 94% of the time, which, I mean, you have to start asking, some questions there. Why is it falling on cars more than the ground? Because they're tracking you with it. This begs the question, why would they want to track the president of the United States? We have put in some research and we have some confirmed reports from deep inside the White House that Joseph Biden has been a bit of a bad boy. He has been wandering around the White House all by himself. He's been going on walks outside by himself, not telling anybody, telling the Secret Service he wants to be independent. And the Secret Service is not happy about it. They're trying to keep track of him, and they ended up reaching out to the CIA.
Well, I heard the bird
help on that matter.
I heard the bird pooped on him because of Putin.
The what?
I heard the bird pooped on him because of Putin. Haven't you seen the video?
Putin. Okay, so that is another theory floating around bird Schroeder circles, that Putin actually was trying to track Biden and kind of mock him by sending a Russian drone over to America to poop on Biden. And many of us have seen the video that Gil is referring to, where it's proven that Russia does have bird drones. We see a bird drone saluting to Putin. So that's what some people in our circles think is that it was a Putin drone, and others think that it was the CIA having to put a tracking device on Joe Biden to help the Secret Service just know where he is. So let us know what you think in the comments below. All right, guys, that's all the time we have for the news today. But before we get into meeting our guest,
A word from our sponsor.
picture this. I'm a talented, young, influential teen on social network looking to go global with my content and vision. I need help though, and I'm so lucky to have found Starlight Enterprises. I didn't even have to think about it for a second. I just signed the papers and I'm already way more influential and famous than I was ever before. I didn't even need to consult my family on this. I knew it was a no-brainer. Starlight Entertainment Enterprises. We see the talent in you. StarlightEntertainmentEnterprises.com.
You are now entering the interview portal.
All right, guys, welcome back to the Truth Report. For this week's guest segment, we have on the show one of my great personal inspirations and one of the biggest people on the internet, Mr. Wes Watson.
What's up, bro? How you doing?
Oh, it's great to meet you, man.
For sure.
Great to meet you.
Yeah.
This is Gil.
Gil, what's up, bro?
Hanging in there.
How you doing?
All right. Wes, man, it's great to finally meet you.
Nice to meet you, bro.
Really great to finally meet you face to face. I've been watching Wes on YouTube for the past really month or so. And you know what? Instead of me doing an introduction for you, we can just jump into our first question.
Let's do it.
Let's do it, man.
That's the best way to do it, man.
So Wes, can you introduce yourself to the audience and kind of let people in on your story? Just how did you get to where you are in life right now?
I mean, grew up a normal surfer, skater, snowboarder kid in Oceanside, San Diego. And then, I started hustling. So I did 10 years in California prison. Fucking fought my way into every fucking situation, fought through it. Going from using drugs in prison.
I didn't think they let drugs be in.
There's a lot of drugs in prison, man.
What do you
There's
mean?
every fucking drug in prison.
Wait, how do they get them? Like, what do you mean?
Trust me, there's everything in prison.
Okay, we'll probably get into it later.
But yeah.
So you were in prison
Yeah.
for 10 years,
Yeah.
just to clarify, on a crime you did not commit.
I mean, I just haven't said anything about it. I never admitted to shit. Okay, whatever. So
Man, there's cameras running right now.
I never admitted to nothing. So I mean, the whole thing is whatever. Why fucking admit to shit if I already did the fucking time? I dropped a YouTube channel, GP Penitentiary Life with Wes Watson.
GP, is that where people can find you?
GP Penitentiary Life on YouTube. We got like 75 million views, like 410,000 subs. I think we got 100,000 subs in the first 28 days.
You got to teach us something over here at the Truth Report.
Yeah, I got busted. I stood the fuck back. I was operating from my mental witness. I was watching myself go through prison instead of looking out my own eyes, seeing how painful every day was. I was writing a story, so I stood back and I wrote my fucking story. The second
you took the pen.
I took the fucking pen.
You were in the pen and you took the pen.
I was in the pen, I took the fucking pen,
Okay,
and I stood the fuck back.
Well, that kind of depends on the fact that That's remarkable. I would think that.
I stood back and I said, this is going to be the greatest story ever told. And I knew it. I mean, if you look at the cover of my fucking book, it's a picture I took in prison in 2015. And at that time, the COs told me, take your social media down. They told everybody. And I said, I don't know what you're talking about.
What's a CO?
Corrections officer.
Okay.
So they said, hey, we're going to give you extra time if you don't take your social media down. They told everybody this. They had a social media suite.
Extra time? That sounds illegal. How do they have that?
Because they said they're assuming you have a cell phone. So they're going to give you a cell phone write-up in prison because your social media is up and you're taking pictures in prison.
What do you... This is kind of jumping ahead a little bit.
No, it don't matter. We jump around a lot.
All right, let's just...
Who gives a fuck? They have to sift through it and rewind it, whatever the fuck. They go to GP Penitentiary Life to get crazy stories, the whole nine from the fucking beginning. Like I like to tell people, when you're talking about YouTube subscribers and everything, I tell people, look it, your first video is gonna suck, your second video is gonna suck, but mine didn't, motherfucker. My first video did 670,000 views, and my second did 2.4 million. But why? Because for 10 years, I was actually living all this fucking craziness. I didn't just say, hey, I want to be something. I had already became something different. And that's why it blew up. At that time in prison, there's a lot of prison politics. And at that time, I was the shot caller for the block. So then,
what is the shot caller for the block?
It means all you guys, if you're white and you're in the same building as me, you have to fucking listen to me. It doesn't matter what the fuck I ask you, you have to do it. And that's what it comes down to. So you come in and you roll up and you got your paperwork and we see your charges. If you're good, then you're in general population as a white boy, and everything is segregated by race in California prison. So you're rolling with me, and if anyone other race fucks with you, then I jump with you, and if you fuck with any other race, I still gotta jump with you. But you're gonna be backed up by your race 100%.
So racism is...
It's 100% segregated. There's the day room in prison is split in half. There's one half of the day room, which is the blacks, the others, the northern Mexicans. The other side of the day room is the whites, the Southerners, and the Paisas, which is Mexicans from Mexico.
Is that what you are? You have,
I'm a wood.
Pisces?
A wood. A Paisa is a Mexican from Mexico. Southerners
I thought you were doing the astronomer.
No.
Okay, all right.
Southerners are Mexicans from like LA, San Diego, hoods in America. But the Paisas are the Mexicans from across the border, and I'm a wood, and we're on the same side.
You're the wood.
Yeah, white boys are called woods, Pecker Woods, whatever the fuck.
Pecker Woods.
Yeah.
But
they're gangs. It's gangs in prison. And
I'm staying out of there, man.
Yeah, I mean,
I hear you on that
even
one.
all the black gangs in prison, they all come together as one, even though on the street they're at war with each other. So they all come together as one, and they have each other's back, and they jump with each other.
So you went through the... Sorry, I'm shaking. I'm kind of nervous.
It's all good. Fuck it.
You're in prison.
I just...
You're in prison now. I'm gonna jump you into my prison gang.
So say I'm coming to you, and I'm saying I'm lost. I need guidance. I need a role model, and I find your channel. What do you say to me? Because that's kind of where I'm at right now.
I start to get
just
people
in my life. Like I just feel like I have reached a point where I don't know. I'm trying to like just turn things around.
The easiest way to flip your identity is drastic, difficult tasks daily.
Yeah.
The reason people suck in fucking life, and the reason I got so successful, is because I don't fucking negotiate with what I got to do. I was just down the street at a very successful man's shop where I dropped my wife off to get some beauty stuff done.
You dropped your wife off with a...
Well, don't fucking go there. I'll fuck you up right here if you say anything about my goddamn wife. I swear to fucking God. So don't say nothing right there, bro. Stop right there. Stop right there, okay? And don't say anything about dropping my wife off. I dropped her off at a beauty place.
I was curious.
Okay, yeah, but you were starting to go somewhere, right?
I was just curious.
Yeah, but 100% don't go there.
I would never.
So I even did it at a fucking tanning salon. I went in and I'm like, the lady's like, do you have a mask? And I'm like, what the fuck? You didn't have one last week. I didn't even say that. But I'm saying in my head, I'm like, and she was just being like the way they were at the start of COVID.
Yeah.
And so I just didn't even say anything. I gave her like bad energy, like knowingly gave her bad energy, and I left.
Like a weapon, like a tool.
Yeah, so why the
You
fuck?
have to deploy that weapon in life sometimes.
But so then 4 hours later, I'm still thinking about it. I'm still talking about it now. So it's still part of my life. I've still, since I gave that a bad energy, it's still, that moment is still taking from my forward progress and my clarity. And people do that all day to people, and they're walking around, what the fuck was the matter with that person? What the fuck? Even driving up here, a guy like forced his way in. I'm in the Rolls Royce SUV. This guy's in like a Hyundai piece of shit, and he like forces himself in front of me. And I pull up next to him, and I just like hang out the window like this, and I'm like, "What's up?" You know? And he's just like, they're like some normal ass white people at like 45 years old, and they're just like what happened? It's like, do you fucking fully force your way in here? You probably didn't know who was in the fucking car. So as I try to operate in the normal fucking world, when I'm a fucking monster, bro. I went to prison for being a monster, okay? Like I didn't just get in trouble for this crime they pinned me with and said I did. I was horrendous for years before this. And I'm just, it goes with the Peterson quote. That you should be an absolute monster, but willingly control that. That's a good
Peterson.
man. Jordan Peterson.
Yes.
Jordan Peterson says you should be an absolute fucking monster, but willingly control that. So,
Like the Hulk. Have you seen the Hulk?
Yeah.
He's always angry, but then he holds it in.
But that's why
you have to know to deploy that if it's needed.
I was that person, and I'm growing away from it.
How many push-ups can you do, Gil?
Depends on whether I'm sober or not.
Gil's been boozing.
Oh yeah.
He's been. I mean, is that kind of one of the vices you taught? Do you drink or anything?
I don't drink. I don't do anything like that. I really 100% drinking to me is just you're escaping reality. So a lot of people, it doesn't matter what vice it is, you're escaping reality.
Do you feel like that's accurate for your experience?
It's 100% accurate because I used to work out when I was younger, right? I could do at the most, I could do 50 because I'm light bone.
50 push-ups?
Yeah, I could do 50.
I can only do 3 right now.
But now I can only do like 10, you know, because I'm out of shape. I'm older than I was.
I feel out of shape
a long
too.
time ago.
And
Peak physical performance will negate any negative internal state, and then also become the source of what you seek for somebody else. If somebody else needs help in some area, help them.
Sorry,
That's what I do for a fucking living, though. So I only have
what was the? I'm sorry. What was the second one?
Oh, peak physical performance will negate any negative emotional state. So that's why Goggins is running all the fucking time.
So Wes, we were talking about taking pain and making it your trophy. Can you tell us more about that?
That's like the 2022 alchemy. Is turning pain
like this
into
year
success. Like literally, like from the beginning of my prison sentence, I was transmuting pain and turning it into purpose. The second they feel pain from their job loss, they can go smoke a fucking joint and eat a bunch of food. In prison, the door just stays locked. You get your fucking dog shit tray, and most of the time you probably don't have no drugs right then. But a lot of guys, you know, they'll just run to, even in prison, they'll run to that prison wine, that Pruno, they'll run to that white, they'll run to the black. That's what we call speed and heroin. And I mean,
did you do that in prison too?
I mean,
how do they get these things into prison? Like how? I thought it was locked down.
You call it a hooping it, like they hoop it.
What is that? Like a hula?
It means you fucking stuff like either like a condom or gloves or something that you can tie up tight that's rubber or plastic. You shove it up your fucking ass. And I mean, most of the time they come in through a visit or through other means. But you know, say a girl brought it in through the visit through her fucking shit, and toss it off to the guy, and then he fucking either swallows it or he hoops it, you know. And the thing is that's where the drugs come from in prison, is somebody's asshole.
I think I'd rather be sober and straight.
I mean, but that's the thing. It's so bundled up, nobody gives a fuck.
Right.
They're like, here, give me my drugs. Dude, listen to my shit. Work to be a badass dude and acquire what you admire. Be the man you needed your whole life. And from what you're telling me, you want to be in better shape. So your goal is to break that cycle for your kids so that you're swole by the time you have your kids, and you can teach your kids how to work out. You can teach them a proper macros to eat. These parents out here are fucking garbage. Like, they'll hear me talk about macros and they'll send their kid to fucking elementary school and high school fat. Like, how big of a piece of shit are you if you're a fat fucking parent and you pass off your fat ass bullshit onto your supple little fucking 15-year-old fat little boy, and you send him to fucking high school all pasty, and you're like, here you go, Tommy, go have a fucking good time. The dude's gonna get picked on. The fuck? What? And you're still, oh, Tommy, you're my sweet
He's gonna
little
get picked
boy.
on by bullies, and I hate bullies.
I hate that the parents didn't just be realists and say he's gonna get picked on. Like, I mean, the whole thing is you can't blame a bully for being a bully. Prepare your kid.
The bully's not in the wrong.
They're gonna exist. They are wrong for being that way, but they're fucking
But
kids.
they should be bullying the parents who put the kid in that situation.
I don't think anyone should hand out a punishment to anyone. I think people should just listen to the education around them. Like, when I was a kid, I was fat. I was like 12 to 14, and I wasn't super fat. I just didn't want to take my shirt off.
How fat were you?
Dude, not even, just like not well shaped. So if I took my shirt off, I was embarrassed.
I mean, that's how I kind of feel right now.
I was probably 15 pounds overweight for my age and had little fucking titties, a little gut. I was pale. And like all the other kids are sitting there all tan at the jacuzzi or the beach with like a six pack. And I'm like, please God, why couldn't I have been that?
That's how I feel right now. That's how I feel right now. Literally, like what you're describing is how like literally I feel.
They're not preparing their kids right. So like if I saw my kid even look at his body like that, I'd be like, let's do something about it. That is, you're blessed. You're healthy as fuck. Like you are smart. You're blessed. You could turn yourself into everything you want to be, but you're just not visualizing the man that you truly admire and creating him. Like when I pull up to a place, I am what I admire. Like I admired people with tattoos. I admired a buff guy. I admire a motherfucker rolling up in a Rolls Royce.
You admire a motherfucker who put in work.
A real motherfucker who put in the work to be something different.
Talk me out of drinking, man. I'm putting this. Wait, not yet.
Yeah, the motherfucker who's undeniable. Because your frequency is what you frequently see. And if you don't put in the work, you can't raise your frequency. If you don't raise your frequency, you have a low frequency. If you have a low frequency, you see
your frequency
everything
is
low.
What you
frequently see.
Frequently
bad.
Yeah, everything's low at that point. That's why when something good happens to you, everything looks beautiful. I just put up on my Instagram that I paid $450,000 in taxes straight to fucking 360 of the feds. And,
wait, in taxes?
Yeah. I showed how much tax got taken out of my account the other day on my Instagram. I chase opened my app, I showed my phone, and it said 360 to the feds, 120 to the fucking state. And I said, how much did you guys pay? You know, and it's like, I just wanted to see the divide.
Yeah.
I wanted people to say, fuck taxes, fuck the government. And I wanted people to say, I love paying taxes. I said I love paying taxes.
My other thing I do other than this, I'm a public information officer for a movement. And like I do it every single day. I wouldn't say it's political.
I drink every day.
Trying to get good at it.
Gil, stop.
I believe that's shame glorification. So I call that shame glorification. It's actually very shameful, but you know, they glorify it because it's the only way they can answer. Instead of being like, fuck, dude, this did kind of fuck my life up. You know, and it's just the whole thing.
Has it messed up your life, drinking? And
it just cost me just only a career, you know, but it's no big deal because I don't care.
That's not what life's about.
That's true.
My son got on camera and was like, fuck this, fuck that, workout, all the shit I do. I would be totally proud of it. I don't give a fuck. Like I don't see nothing. Anything I'm
I look at what you're doing. I'm like, that's what a man should be. You know, that's literally
stand for something or you fall for everything, and that's what it comes down to.
Stand.
Motherfuckers are scared to speak up nowadays, and the whole thing is like.
Or fall for it.
A lot of people don't speak up because then they have to hold themselves to what they said, and then now they're exposed, and they're not going to speak up on shit because most people couldn't even talk like this.
This might be weird. I wish you were my dad.
Dude, one of the funniest craziest thing is I am literally like the father figure to some of the most famous people on the planet. Put all the work you want into in your business and all your fucking exterior shit, but if you don't do the internal work, you won't have the internal worth.
That's intense, yeah.
That internal work is a call from within. You want a model chick, so you got to be a model motherfucker.
I'm trying to get girls right now. No, I just started dating again. I was celibate actually for like the past 7 years or so, voluntarily. I
was fucking celibate for fucking the whole time in prison.
I just bought an inflatable. I just ordered an inflatable, so that don't fit in. I'm sorry, guys.
What do you mean, like
an inflatable girl? You know, because I'm a real man. Anyways, sorry. Go ahead. I took it off track.
Okay.
But that's it's honorable. I mean, it's better than using people. You know.
It's better than using people. Better to do what he's doing.
Oh no, not that. What you were saying, being celibate. Oh yeah, but in prison, everybody has their own thing going on.
Okay.
So I
that's
get it.
I mean, that's interesting.
So I'm
What do
posting.
you mean, like any good things?
No, nothing good. Nothing good.
Just drugs and
hustle,
sexual stuff?
No, not sexual stuff. There's no sexual stuff in prison. Not on GP. That's it. Those are different types of shit.
What is
General population is where like the real prisoners are, and anyone who's into some weird sexual stuff will get killed. Like if you were in there and you wanted another white boyfriend, we'd kill both you motherfuckers. If two white guys were even any bit acting like they're gonna do anything sexual, they're both dead. If you come in and you had a sex crime against a girl or a kid or anything like that, you're getting your fucking neck cut.
Well, if I had to go to prison, I would deflate my inflatable, fold her up, and sneak her in there.
And then hoop it.
Gil?
There's something you want in this life, and you don't wake up every day willing to wage war to get it, you're a fucking bitch.
That's what I have.
You're a fucking
I have that. And I'm not a
wage war.
I have something I wage war for all the time.
But you have to do it. The goal is to do it in all areas. You have to sit down and be like, what do I want to be in all areas? And have a plan to get that every fucking day, and just make sure you're hitting each fucking area every fucking day.
Right now, I feel like I have one area of life I'm all in on. I'm driven, and it's not even this. It's my other job. Have you heard of Birds Aren't Real? The movement?
I haven't really heard of anything like that. I don't even watch TV. I don't.
Okay. Me neither. I don't trust anything out there, dude.
I literally watch like Game of Thrones with my wife or anything my wife is watching. I don't really watch anything unless my wife's watching it.
Yeah.
And then
I mean, game shows, that's a great thing for just freedom of mind and just relax.
In prison, I listen to a lot of Adele. I listen to like women's voices.
Rolling in the deep.
Dude, that shit was dope as fuck. In prison, like, you wanted to get a good workout in, get emotional, and massacre some shit. Like, it would get
massacre some shit. It would get Adele.
It would get you emotional, and then you would be like, I'm doing this for my future family.
You can turn the pain into the.
You be having tears running down your face while doing handstand push-ups.
It's all the water coming out of your body at once.
You're
sweat
just like,
and tears.
What, motherfucker? What? Like, what? What's up? Yeah.
Yeah, I'm crying. What are you gonna do?
What do you get? What? I'm thinking about the family I'm gonna have when I get out of here.
I'm no crybaby. I guess to close this out, I don't want to get political, but
you get however you want.
Okay. Yeah.
However the fuck you want.
You're the rolling with the punches kind of guy.
I don't give a fuck.
Okay, so I do this show, and then I also have this other thing I do called Birds Aren't Real, which is, you haven't heard of that?
No.
Okay, so basically, I'm part of like an activist organization talking about surveillance in America and how the government surveils people, and how the government surveils people using like birds, like things that look like birds in the sky, to surveil people. And I'm trying to put my mind on a map quest and a vision to lead, because I'm in charge of the movement. I'm the public information officer. I've been kind of messing up recently. We're losing followers on our Instagram. Our first episode did not go like we wanted it to go. So I guess just for the Truth Report and all the work I'm doing over at Birds Aren't Real, do you have any advice just for me personally on how to be a better leader for this movement?
You got to lead from the front. I mean, if you want people to listen to you, you have to be the man you would listen to.
I try to get in the front of the rallies.
Listen to you? And that's the thing. When anyone's talking, would you say, would I listen to me? So give yourself the best shot to be that.
I think I'm a man that people come. I mean, we do rallies and stuff. We have a van, and I get on there with a megaphone, and I lead.
Now look at your weaknesses. You're telling me all your strengths. Now all the weaknesses that you know you have, that you, if someone else had, that you would be like, not my dude. Get rid of them. Rid yourself of your weaknesses and quit magnifying your strengths, and that'll make you more of someone to listen to.
So folks, if you hear what this man is saying, if you're sitting there at home with your DoorDash and your Uber Eats, and you don't have a man for yourself in your mind, take your pain, turn it into the progress.
Be honest.
You can find Wes Watson at
Watson_fit on Instagram, and then GP Penitentiary Life with Wes Watson on YouTube, and WesWatson.com, and then also buy my book, Non-Negotiable, 10 Years Creating the Unbreakable Mindset by Wes Watson on Amazon. We're already like the third best seller in the entrepreneur category.
Wow. Well, thank you for coming on.
Yeah.
Huge respect. And guys, tune in next week for next week's transmission of The Truth Report.